Thank you so much, and especially thank you to Bill for asking me to give the Magnitsky Award for Courage Under Fire. This is an honor. I'm especially been honored for me because the award for Courage Under Fire celebrates this year someone I know well and love dearly, Nazanin Zaghari-Ratcliffe. She has more courage than most people I know. And she has been incredibly strong since she was arrested and taken hostage in spite of the torture and the suffering that she endured these last 5 years and a half. Let me say here that courage is a quality that she shares fully with her husband, Richard Ratcliffe. He is also a remarkable human being and, of course, a dream husband. Nazanin is a colleague of mine. She worked for 5 years at the Thomson Reuters Foundation before being taken hostage so many years ago. She has guts, a lot. She has integrity, a lot. And she demonstrated her courage all these last years by keeping her head high, and most of all, by keeping her sanity in the worst of situations. These qualities, I could appreciate them at the foundation, where she was project manager. Her drive and ambition in progress were obvious. She knew how to make herself respected by everyone, including by her direct boss, and this at the risk of ruffling feathers. This is when I discovered the real Nazanin under the beautiful and charming woman. Let me insist that she is a project manager on the media development team of the foundation and has never trained journalists, as Boris Johnson said when he was Foreign Secretary 4 years ago. It was a terrible gaffe that subjected her to more abuse and torture in Iran. Nazanin has spent more than 8 months in total isolation, permanently under the scrutiny and the eyes of a camera. That is real torture. Moral and physical torture in a minuscule cell with the guards in her back when they were interrogating her. This leaves scars. And indeed, since this time in isolation, I think Nazanin suffers from severe PTSD, the post-traumatic stress disorder that is long to cure and that many survivors of extreme violence, like human trafficking, know well. And I know many of these survivors of modern slavery. Even now, where Nazanin lives in her parents' place in Tehran, she's still not free because of the 1-year new sentence that is above her head and could send her back to jail at any time. A permanent threat that keeps you on tenterhooks, not knowing what tomorrow will bring. I've never heard her complain, although she is now separated from her daughter, the adorable Gabriella, who used to visit her every week in jail. But Gabriella came to London 2 years ago to live with her father. Nazanin wanted her to have a British education, but how her absence weighs on her. All this to say that the inaction of Boris Johnson government in confronting Nazanin's situation is appalling. They know that to free Nazanin and the other British Iranian hostages, they have to pay the debt of £400 million they have with Tehran for an old arms deal that was signed at the time of the Shah. Even one of the successors of Boris Johnson at the Foreign Office, the Tory MP Jeremy Hunt, has urged the government to pay this debt. Jeremy Hunt was the one who granted Nazanin the exceptional status of diplomatic protection after a successful campaign by redress, by the way. The debt has never been paid. Nazanin is hostage in Tehran. Nothing has moved. The Magnitsky Award will put a ray of light in her restricted life. She is a 42-year-old woman living with her parents, far from Richard, far from Gabriella. I'm going to hand over this award for Courage Under Fire to Nazanin's daughter, Zaghari-Ratcliffe.